are in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Creekat, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
We're ready. We're waiting.
We're ready. I was got here as fast as I could. Boy, these microphones sound good.
Don't they?
They even make a guy like me sound good.
I say you're the one making them sound good, so
yeah.
Give yourself some credit.
The golden pipes of Kevin Meyer. Yeah, right. That's what we're talking about,
baby.
Well, you know, it's a celebration time. This is the grand opening, right? So I thought we better do some bubbly, and then, you know, sort of like the University of Illinois is located in Champaign, right? So see, it's a reach, but we're going for it. The first thing I'd like to say, though, is I'd really like to give a shout out to Joe Davis at Ambition Electric, fellow sponsor, fellow advertiser, and listener. So my house was struck by lightning during that storm the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Joe out of bed. He was dead asleep. And he got out of bed, came out to my house, met with Norris Public Power and the fire department, got the electrical fire isolated to one circuit so we could stay in the house and they didn't have to tear the whole meter off the side and shut everything down. So thank you, Joe Davis. I appreciate you. And anybody, I tell you what, if you ever need any electrical work done, he's your guy.
Shout out to Joe. Joe Davis.
That's what I wanted to
What's
say.
the name of Joe's company?
Ambition Electric.
Ambition Electric. Shout out to Joe Davis. Getting it done in the midnight hours. Good stuff. Yeah.
Appreciate all our sponsors here at 93.7. Take a big shout out to Joe at Ambition. Kevin Meyer, Myers Cork and Bottle, is our guest in case you don't recognize the voice. I will say that champagne pop was like the M80 of champagne pops. Like that sounded like fireworks.
That's
the best one I've ever heard.
That was a good one. And as my buddy Stricky over here would say, is pop pop.
That was almost boom boom.
It was like a boom boom, kind of like getting your house struck by lightning.
Yeah. What was that like? Like, did you know that's what happened?
It was
right
impressive.
Away?
It was impressive. I mean, obviously, huge white flash, and then simultaneously, probably the loudest boom, like probably a military, sound, like a bomb. And what was wild is that so after the fire department was sure that things were relatively safe, and shout out to
sure they were relatively safe.
Well, right, but also shout out to Southwest Fire and Hickman Fire. They were out there fast.
Nice.
And anyway,
could you see it, or were you able to make a call? Did it kill phones, or what was the whole
well, we don't have home phones anymore. Yeah. Everyone has a cell phone. So about 5 minutes after the boom, the house started filling with smoke, and it was that putrid, like burnt rubber, plasticky, electrical, nasty smell, But so about 45 minutes later, they're walking me around, kind of showing me where the lightning struck and like the the damage that they could see, all the melted wires and all that kind of stuff. And they showed me outside, and they had one of those infrared heat detection things, right? So it's how they see behind walls if something is still smoldering that they can't visually see or whatnot. And he pointed at the ground, on the roots in the ground on a rainy night, and they were still hot 45 minutes later from this lightning strike.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was pretty crazy. But 2
for me, 1 for you.
Yeah, that's right. Well, there's only 3 of us in the studio today. So
Kev, if you want to pass the beer around, I'll take a picture and get that up.
2 for me, 1 for you. It's Thirsty Thursday, baby.
It is Thirsty Thursday, and I think it'll go great with that steak you're eating right now. So
how did you know that? See, the people can't
Kevin
see
sees
it.
Everything.
This steak I've hooked up today is just absolutely phenomenal. And even though Mary Ellen's is coming in, I'm still going in on them too. But I couldn't let this steak go to waste.
Heck no, man. You get the opportunity. You got to
marinated it overnight too. Little good 48-hour.
Yes, sir.
Marinate. Well, actually, about 36 hour marination.
That's plenty. That's plenty. That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I feel like I'm in the Matrix. You remember? You remember the movie The Matrix?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the Matrix too, man.
It tastes like.
I feel like I'm in an alternate universe right now. So, we're just kind of meet in the middle and slap high fives and let's drink some bubbly. So this is called Jay, and it is one of our Winery of the Month features. It's from the Jordan Winery, and they created this brand. It originally just started with this script letter J, and it sort of became its own entity. And so they decided to create a J brand. And so we have the Pinot Noir, which we had while you were gone. There is a Pinot Gris. There is also this bubbly and Chardonnay. And those are all on sale. And then we also started our fall wine sale. And so we're kind of mixing it up a little bit this year. We're calling it our 10, 15, 20 sale. So it's sort of the more you buy, the more you save. So mix and match any 3 regular price wines, save 10%. Mix and match any 6, save 15%. Mix and match any dozen, 12 or more, and save 20%. So it's a really good deal and a great time to stock up, because we're in wine drinking season now. The weather's getting cooler, sitting out on the deck. The reds are starting to taste good. Especially with a good steak like that. I mean, it's time.
Yeah.
In the words of
wine
Dave
drinking
Chappelle,
season?
I just got to say this real quick. In the words of Dave Chappelle, it's a celebration.
I almost spit all over the microphone.
You knew where I was going with that. It's a celebration.
So, a little bit about this one. So, it's not a champagne. Because it's made in California.
It's not grown in the Champagne region of France.
Bingo. The Champagne region of France is the north central part of the country, and where they make really good sparkling wine. but if it doesn't come from there, it can't be called champagne. So this is made in what's called méthode champenoise, or the champagne method. And basically what that means is that initially the wines are still, meaning they don't have any bubbles. And the bottles are gradually twisted and tilted upside down, and they remove a temporary cork, allowing the remaining sediment and a little bit of the liquid to escape. And it's a process called disgorgement. And then what they do is that they add a little bit of sugar with a little bit of wine, and it's what they call the dosage. And then they put the real cork in. They're sort of the mushroom-shaped cork, along with the cage, which is called a muselet, which is the French word for muzzle, like a dog muzzle. Check out my student over here, Dr. Strickland.
And so that's how you get the tiny bubbles.
Exactly. So when you add that
wine,
when you add that dosage, it activates the remaining yeast that's in there, and it traps in the CO2. So it doesn't create an additional alcohol because it's just a little bit, but it does trap enough CO2, and that's when you get those really tiny bubbles. And
tiny bubbles.
That's an indication of quality in sparkling wine. In fact, the French have a term for wines that have big bubbles in them, and they call them the well de crapaud, which means toad's eyes. And so you want your bubbly to have tiny bubbles
in the wine.
And so I thought I'd bring it in, A, because it's part of our Winery of the Month feature. B, even though it's
a celebration.
It's a celebration because of your grand opening, and I'm really proud of you guys. And C, it's technically not a champagne, but Champaign is where the University of Illinois is from. And so we're coming to drink their wine, drink their beer, and take their game away.
He just threw a triple entendre, which would be a musical thing. Like he just implemented 3 different things into one topic of discussion and made it, sound like it was only one thing, but it was really 3. That's pretty dope.
That's a pretty high level
on
stuff.
layers on
layers on layers.
I'm not gonna lie, this is probably my favorite sparkling you've brought in.
It's darn good. This one might be one of my favorite domestic sparklings, and the great thing about it is that, these are on sale for, I think, $30.
Ooh, that's
it. But most champagnes these days, like true French champagnes, they're going to start at about 60 and going up from there. So give me 2 of these for one of those any day of the week.
Absolutely. Throw it in your 10, 15, 20, right?
Yeah.
Walk people through that again.
Okay. So, these are already on sale. So it really doesn't matter what you do. But any regular price wine, which we have 1,000 different wines in the store, any regular price wine, you mix and match 3 bottles, you save 10%. You mix and match 6 bottles, you save 15%, or mix and match a dozen or more and save 20%. And that's far and beyond the typical discount that we give for any quantities at all. So it's a great time to stock up the cellar. Thanksgiving's going to be here before we know it. We're going to blink, and then Christmas is going to be here, and then New Year's is going to be here, and it's just the way time goes these days. And so this is our biggest sale of the year. It's a great time to stock up, and the staff is waiting to take good care of you.
13th and South?
13th and South. You guys want to do the beer now?
Yeah, we do.
2
from
for you, Stricky?
Normal, Illinois.
2 for me, 1 for you.
That's right.
Okay. It says, pours a light gold with a thin white head. Hints of lemon and vanilla present in the aroma. Lightly tart with a dry finish, the sour ale has the flavors of a classic lemon dessert in a glass. I'm a lemon guy. I am excited to try this.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a lemon sour, and it is a lemon sour. I mean, it's tart. And basically what makes a beer sour is a certain type of yeast. And
it's like a lemon tart.
Yeah.
Like one of those.
Yeah, only it's not sweet. It's just straight sour.
It hits you.
It's like drinking lemonade without any sugar in it.
Oh, yeah. It's bitter.
I'm glad we drank this second and not first, because I don't think it would have set up the bubbly very well. But sours are kind of a new thing. Well, not a new thing, but a thing that's gaining in popularity. And basically there's different types of wild yeast they can use. There's one called Brettanomyces. And I'm trying to remember what this one is, and I'm just drawing a blank. But basically, it's a yeast that creates bacteria, and it sours and creates these sour ales, and it's just a really unique flavor. It's a different type of beer, and it comes from Illinois. So again, in my efforts to remain topical, I brought an Illinois brewery, and this is Distihl, Destihl, out of Normal, Illinois.
Quick question.
Yes,
who or in what setting, or do people want to partake or of this type of ale?
I
Like,
would say
what would you say?
It's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, you've tried 100 different IPAs.
Because it's not a patio pounder.
No, it's a sipper.
Yeah.
And you've tried, all of your amber ales, your fat tires, your copper alts of the world. You've tried the barrel-aged stouts. You've tried the lagers, and this is just another category that you can dive into if you're a craft beer.
So it's like a bucket list for beer.
Yeah, I would say. And it's just something new and different to try.
Yeah.
And we're seeing more and more people tend to key on them too now, where it's like, oh, sours are my new favorite category of beer. And it's just kind of fun. It's different. And it is kind of refreshing, but it's definitely lemony and it's definitely sour. So it's like I said, it almost tastes like lemonade without any sugar in it.
That's a great way to describe it. Like, I get the lemon right up front, but then it tastes a little bit like a beer going down. The vanilla's there too. I've never had like vanilla and lemon in combination like this.
And
I think
it's
it works.
interesting that you say that, because I didn't necessarily notice that until you mentioned it. And then now when I stop and think, I'm like, yeah, I can maybe pick up a little bit of the vanilla in there. So
is it a heavy beer? Like, is it like heavy on calories?
I don't believe so.
No.
I mean, I'm guessing these are probably around what, 5-6%?
4.2.
So a little lower.
Yeah.
And again, the sourness is just the bacteria, they inoculate it, and it creates this sort of sour flavor. And it's just kind of
like when you put it up to your nose, it smells like it's going to be a lemonade.
Yes.
A little bit. Yeah.
Right.
It smells
And
like it's gonna be
then-
sweeter than it is.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But and it does have that, like, just like you described, it has that light foamy head on there. And it's just kind of a fun little sipper and something different to try.
It wants you to think of a lemon dessert. That's what it says on the can. I don't think of this as a dessert beer though.
Yeah, I mean, it's simply because it's not sweet.
Yeah.
But like if you were to take the the lemon out of the lemon meringue pie, without all the the
You
sugar,
would
in
probably
it.
get that same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be
that
that.
bitterness.
Yeah, and it's just, but it's meant to be sour and it's meant to be weird, and so let's get weird.
So since I did bring up dessert beer, what makes a good dessert beer? Like a chocolate or
Yeah.
after dinner sort of beer? Like what goes into that compared to normal?
You
quote, unquote,
see
beer?
a lot of like chocolate coffee stouts. You see a lot of bourbon barrel aged stouts.
Mhm.
And then you also see a lot of breweries getting pretty loose with lactose. And
Really?
so they will add a lot of lactose, which are essentially milk sugars.
Yeah.
And they'll do it in a variety of things. That they can do it in bitter beers to kind of sweeten it up to offset some of that bitterness. They can do it in like you'll see milk stout is a category, which is essentially stout with lactose added to it. And so to me, it's just, it adds to that sweetness. So it becomes kind of a dessert style beer. But I mean, we've had everything like Voodoo Donut beer, which out of Rogue.
Wow.
You ever been to Voodoo Donuts in
I-
Portland?
They were
Yes.
just here not too long ago. They brought some stuff here. Well, you weren't here. Yeah,
I've had it before though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they brought some here.
And I mean, it was crazy because it was like a pretzel, cream filled pretzel, like strawberry iced Long John beer.
My gosh.
And when you tasted it, you could actually taste all of those things, and it was really weird, but it was really well done. And so I guess the sky's the limit as far as what you can do with beer, and they're definitely pushing that envelope all the time.
I will say the fruitier kind of beer reminds me of the strawberry shortcake one you brought in not too long ago. I think that was still at the old place.
Yeah. Yep.
I could definitely get like the graham cracker and like the cheesecake or, angel food cake, whatever it was behind that. I like this lemon with the hint of vanilla better than I did that one.
Sweet.
So this is going to be I don't even know what an Austin's version of a Strix pick would be, but I'm throwing it on this Distill Brewery.
Austin's
Wild
Awesomes.
Sour. So, yes, let's go with
Austin's
that.
Awesomes for right now until you can text the ticket line 464-5685 and see if we can come up with something that so that Austin can have his own version of Strix picks.
We need it. We'll figure something out. Text line, you're creative. Get on it. Once again, give us the two names and the specials at the store, Kev.
So this is the J Sparkling. It's mostly Russian River. out of California, and then distill the lemon tart sour. And then we're having our fall wine sale, our 10, 15, 20 sale. So mix and match 3 wines, save 10%. Mix and match 6, save 15. And mix and match a dozen, save 20%.
Sorry. You're right. By the way, not drinking that and then drinking this. Yeah, it threw the whole taste,
the whole vibe
off.
off. Yeah. Yeah. Well, because when you drink something sour and especially when you drink, it's almost kind of like brushing your teeth and drinking orange juice. You know that
the whole vibe.
You know that's what it does. So I'm glad we did the bubbly first.
That's why we rely on your expertise.
Fair enough.
Thanks for coming in, Kev. We appreciate it.
Thanks, fellas.
It's Kevin Meyer, Cork and Bottle. We'll have more old school next.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Fall is officially here, which means it's the perfect time to get outdoors and stay moving. If you're someone who enjoys going on walks in fall weather, but you notice heel pain in your foot when you wake up, it could be a sign of plantar fasciitis. A visit to Fleet Feet Lincoln can help you find the shoes and inserts you need to avoid that pain. Their Fit ID machine takes a 3D image of your feet and picks the shoes that work best for you. Visit Fleet Feet Lincoln, located off of 70th and Pioneers Boulevard, so you can stay moving.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Problem gambling can destroy an individual's finances, relationships, physical, and mental health. If you are a loved one or struggling with addiction, contact Choices Treatment Center's 24-hour helpline at 402-476-2300. That's 402-476-2300.
An entire week of celebrating Lincoln's Craft Brewers is just around the corner. October 2nd through the 8th is Lincoln Craft Beer Week. Head to lincoln.org/beer-week for a complete schedule of events at your favorite local establishments. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy non-stop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill, Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see a chance of sprinkles early this morning. Otherwise, mainly sunny skies, a little bit breezy today, too. We'll see a high of around 72. Tonight, mainly clear skies with an overnight low around 44. And tomorrow, a chance for showers early, then mostly sunny, breezy, and much cooler tomorrow, high of just 57. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
It is not. I forgot to replace the open. Denigrate me on the text line. I did it. I messed up. I'm sorry.
That's a Matrix moment.
Really is. Deja vu all over again. That's where we're at.
With no champagne, though.
No, not this time. Last segment was more fun. More champagne.
Yeah, it was
better.
a little bit more. Hey, but, it's still a celebration because Becca snuck in and grabbed the champagne, and some of our great sponsors that have worked with us throughout the time and years and in the transition, they're going to have a little bit themselves. So it's pretty good. It worked out.
We have a couple submissions for what my version of Strick's pick should be called. We have Austin's A+ or Orman's Orders.
Which one's the first one?
Austin's A+.
Or
Orman's Orders.
Orman's Orders. That's it.
See, I just don't know. Thunder Nut Collins says, "Go home, Austin. You're drunk." No, not yet.
No.
I am skinny. I am a lightweight, and I get that. But it was just a simple oversight. Like things happen. I just goofed. Okay, that's all it is. It's not the alcohol. I'm still here, still with it, still cognizant.
Yeah. That actually did nothing to and for me. The wine is lovely, but it's still Thirsty Thursday. It will be a great day. But we're gonna wait for DP and Jay. We're gonna fill in for them. They're handling a little bit of business. And Jay will be here at the hour, the 5 o'clock hour. It is a celebration again. You guys come on down. It's already starting to kick off. The meal is still, and everybody is starting to kind of trickle in a little bit. Mary Ellen's hasn't arrived yet, but they will shortly. And I'm definitely looking forward to what they're bringing. Hopefully some Southern Sweet Heat. I need another taste of that.
You got your eyes set on those?
Man.
Fair enough. Okay, so Mike on the text line asks, "Are we the Vanderbilt of the Big Ten?"
Ooh.
So in bowling, no, Vanderbilt
Whoa.
wants to be Nebraska bowling. Let's just be honest there. In terms of football, though, which I assume the question is about, that's tough. Nebraska, despite where it is now, will never be as reputationally far down as Vanderbilt is or has been. Vandy has never had a sustained period of success anywhere comparable to Nebraska's. And for as blasé as there's a word that starts with A, maybe I am drunk, as apathetic, maybe as some Husker fans are feeling now, it doesn't compare to the level of Vanderbilt football. Vandy football is nobody. So maybe record-wise, Nebraska and Vandy are closer, but in terms of interest, in terms of how much people care about their programs, in terms of the sway they hold, No, and Vandy's better academically.
Right. Okay. This is what I do want to do though, since we're trying to go in this area. I mean, in this zone. Okay. So let me do this. Let's go down conference.
Yes.
What is comparable in each conference that Nebraska is up to this point, right? Let's start in the ACC, your conference of choice.
Yes.
We've got Louisville, we've got Florida State, North Carolina, Duke, Virginia Tech, North Carolina State, Georgia Tech, Clemson, Boston College, Miami, Syracuse, Wake Forest, Pittsburgh, and the Virginia Cavaliers. So in that conference, who would you say, from the consistencies of its last 10 years, who is comparable that you think? And the Sutter Heyman text line 402-464-5685. We're looking at the ACC conference. Who in the ACC conference has Nebraska been comparable to as far as style and play?
In terms of style, it might be different, but in terms of results,
well, yeah, maybe
and
not
general
style. Results.
tenor,
There we go. Results.
Virginia Tech.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm not just going to say that because of our friend Nate Brennan or Ranger Relics, who may or may not have on tomorrow to talk some ACC.
Henry said VTech too.
Okay.
On this text line.
Glad we're on the same page. Virginia Tech had its run where it was really good. Virginia Tech settled into that 8 to 10 win range, kind of like Nebraska did under Bo Pelini. Virginia Tech hasn't gotten back. Virginia Tech's still searching. They've been through a few coaches. They're kind of down. They're kind of getting kicked right now. There's not a lot great going on there. So to me, I think the actual comp is Virginia Tech. I think people would want to say Florida State, but Florida State won a national championship in 2014 or 2013. Florida State's been back to the top, in the last decade. Nebraska hasn't.
Yeah.
So maybe historically you would like to say Florida State, but over the last 10, 15 years, to me, it's pretty clearly Virginia Tech.
I'm going to say Miami.
Okay.
And for a similar reason, I think Miami, although they're now making a trend back up, I think they've been down, and I think the expectations consistently over the years have always been high, which then they don't live up to, and then they end up kind of falling down and by the wayside. So I think when I look at it from that standpoint, and so I'll look at Miami being my choice.
I like it.
Okay. Let's go on and let's go to the Big 12. Big 12, you've got Oklahoma, Texas, West Virginia, Kansas State, Kansas, BYU, TCU, Baylor, Iowa State, Texas State, Okie State, UCF, Cincinnati, and Houston. Who in that group and what tier do you think that Nebraska would find themselves?
The Big 12 is such a fascinating conversation to have about Nebraska because, should they go back? Do they need to go back? Should Nebraska leave the Big 10 and go back to the Big 12? No, it's not going to happen. Virginia Tech came to mind really early for me. Nobody in the Big 12 really compares because no one that has struggled recently has the historical success, the pull, the brand that Nebraska does. And nobody that's successful now has been successful to Nebraska's level back in the 90s. I don't think there's a team that compares as well to Nebraska in the current Big 12 like Virginia Tech or Miami does in the ACC because the Big 12 has been so cyclical.
Yeah.
3 years, somebody's up, everyone else is down. It just goes back and forth. I mean, that is a bloodbath of a conference.
Yeah.
They beat each other up. Oklahoma ran that conference for a while, but they were still in dogfights. Baylor, TCU had their runs. Texas up and down. Kansas State last year. TCU pops on the scene again last year. I don't think there is a one-to-one for Nebraska, even over the last 10 years. Someone says Iowa State. I don't even know about that.
No,
Iowa State.
They were so bad.
No, I don't think so.
Let's go to the Pac-12. I think there's one that fits in the Pac-12 for me. Actually, possibly two, but I'm going to throw out UCLA. And I think that UCLA had some good historical runs in their past and then just disappeared. And, you hear flashes of them, you hear some expectations of them, and then all of a sudden they just kind of go back into the shadows. So that would be something close. The other one would be maybe Washington, but I'm not going to, but go ahead.
Washington is the closest to me. I like what you're saying about UCLA, except that UCLA is never the first college anyone thinks of in its own city.
Mhm.
It's not even the first program people think of on campus. Like, that's a basketball school through and through that had a good football run and is back up to being respectable and solid in football. I like Washington, though. Program that was really solid in the 90s, gave Nebraska some good battles, had some sustained bowl runs of success. To Washington's credit, though, it did break through into the college football playoff. It has been in contention for its division more than Nebraska has. So I tend to say Oregon in that one. But here's another kind of off the wall one. What about Stanford? Stanford better academically, but you had your good run. You flashed. You're pretty consistent under Harbaugh and early on under David Shaw. You've fallen down. You haven't been able to recover in the last 6-7 years. So I would say Washington and Stanford would be the two that come to mind for me.
Okay. All right. Let's go over to the SEC now. And this is going to be kind of hard a little bit, I think, but I think there's something that can possibly come out of this. To me, I'm going to say the Florida Gators. I think the Florida Gators is that team, very dominated at one point of their time, not probably as long as Nebraska was in their dominance, but yet I think they were at that pinnacle of dominance for one, and then just totally have fell off into oblivion and just haven't been able to recover. And it's been consistently a lot of the same of mediocrity.
Mhm.
That's where I kind of see myself with the Florida Gators being that team.
Florida came to mind first for me too, but I want to think through some other options before I lock them in. Someone on the text line, it was Mike, that said Arkansas. I don't think Arkansas has that same historical
Yeah, I don't
success
think
to Nebraska.
Yeah, I don't think they've.
I still think that's a basketball school too. I think what Nolan Richardson did, what your boy Eric Musselman is doing. No, I'm kidding. Basketball school, baseball school though. I think Arkansas. So I don't think that's the first program on campus. Mississippi Mud Dog says Tennessee. I think there are some comps there. I think that's fair. The other one that is kind of off the wall that I don't think people will fully agree with, and would need more time to flesh this out, is Missouri. Missouri, when they first get to the SEC, they win the SEC East in their, first or second year? I think it was. Nebraska, when it gets to the Big Ten, wins its division, goes to the conference championship game in its first or second year in the conference. Now, I know Missouri doesn't have the historical success. Missouri has been to more bowl games recently, has been closer to 500 than Nebraska has. But I think if that initial pop in a conference, hey, they're here, this is the way things should be, and then that fade into, yeah, there's actually not that much going on there. So I could see an argument for Florida. Like I said, where my head went first. Tennessee and Missouri also stick out to me for different reasons.
Interesting. Okay, that's good. I mean, that kind of sums it up for me. That's pretty much the big conferences and the way of looking at it. My thing is the roadmap. The rule roadmap, double R. I really want it to start coming clear to me. Right now, I can't really see it. I think as I look at the quarterback aspect of things, because I truly believe that the quarterback's importance to a team, especially with the quarterbacks that you have now, I don't think that the system, the scheming is designed for the strengths of the quarterbacks that we have. That's just me personally. I could be wrong, but I don't see it. So who do you have coming that's going to be in that place, fit in that space? Because what I see in the recruitment side of things, I don't see that him. I don't see him.
No.
You know, where a guy walks into the stadium over there and says, "I'm him."
Right.
I don't see that. So therefore the roadmap to me, I'm still having trouble. It's focused on the defensive side of things right now for me, the roadmap, but I don't see it on the offensive side because I don't see it in the running back room.
Nope.
Because now with the injury of Gabe, I don't see it. Definitely don't see it in the wide receiver room. You had expectations in the tight end room. I don't see it. The line is supposed to be one of your better aspects of it on the offensive side. I don't see it. So I want to see more of the roadmap starting to come into picture for me in this next phase, second half of the phase of this season. At least where you're trying to go, or at least where the pieces would need to fit and you need to find, whether it be in a transfer portal or whether it be someone coming. I want to see more of the roadmap.
With the caveat that there are games out there that Nebraska can win, it's more important, I think, to show an identity, show a plan, give fans something to latch onto. Like, hey, I can see the vision. It's not just hoping because I'm supposed to hope because I want to root for Nebraska. It's, hey, even if it's not this player or that player, I see the vision, I see the scheme, I see the plan. I can latch onto this. I've seen it work for someone else before. I've seen it be successful somewhere else before. Nebraska might finally be back on that path. To your point about not having that dude, right, that game changer, that playmaker in the recruiting rankings, I think that makes sense. Nebraska's still, allegedly recruiting at a top 20, top 25 level. Okay, prove it, right? If these guys are that good, that highly rated, you would think one of them would be able to step on the field and flash. Cam Lenhart has done his part, one of the higher rated guys in the class, but he's banged up. But ultimately, Strick, I would say I wouldn't be surprised if Nebraska doesn't have that guy that just jumps off the page as a, top 50, top 100, even top 300 recruit. Because even though Matt Rule and company are, fishing in those waters for your Brandon Bakers, your Dylan Raiola's, guys like that, I still think what this program in their image is built on is those under the radar guys, more a Big Ten West style where you identify elite traits and turn that into elite production at the college level.
Like, for example, like when you was watching Florida State last year, right? You saw that there was kind of some roller coaster rides of the way that they were playing. But then there's some things that you could see that you could actually see that Jordan Travis was him.
Yes.
Like you know what I mean?
Yes.
Losses and all, but you can see he was him. I don't see anybody right now, as I'm looking at it, that I can say he's him.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That's the part that gives me pause or give me a little bit of leeway about where we are and where we stand. As I'm looking at the recruiting, as we talk to Evan Bland and others, and we start to have these discussions, who is him in there? I'm looking, I'm hoping, I'm hunting, I'm checking, and that's what I want to kind of see a little bit more. I even want to see it even if it's on this staff. Not even that you have to be at an elite level, but I want to see your trajectory continuously each week getting better. Like, for example, everybody told me that O'Shawn Mathis was him. But then I'm watching and I'm like, a lot of people said to me that Judy was him. I'm watching. The one that looks more like him is more like Nash Hutmacher, which most people didn't think was. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They thought Judy would be doing kind of what Hutmacher's doing. So anyway, that's just kind of my viewpoint on it and how I see it, and I'm looking and observing the rest of this year.
Exactly. 4979. Hold on. We will answer your question when we get back. It's something Strick and I touched a little bit on earlier in the week, but I think it's stark. It's good to go over again. So hold on. We'll be back to wrap up hour one of Old School next.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Don't miss the Stars home opener on October 7th against the Madison Capitals. It's a Saturday night showdown at the Icebox as Lincoln welcomes an Eastern Conference opponent to the capital city for the first time since 2020. Purchase tickets for the home opener and you'll get the next day's game for free. Lock in your seats now at lincolnstars.com.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out. Unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our big fall sales underway, and the new truck incentives are off the charts. Over $5,000 in discounts on select new Sierras and Silverados, and 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right. $5,000 off, 0.9% interest rates on select new trucks here at Koppel. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street and check out that great small-town vibe with big city deals. We look forward to seeing you, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
Guys, you've heard me tell you all about Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, but it's not just me. Folks all over town are having success with the FXB program. Guys like Gary, who just finished up his own 10-week challenge.
Yeah, Mark. After having a knee replacement in March, I was looking for a way to get back into shape. The workouts are fun, the atmosphere is a total blast, and I've lost 17 pounds since starting in July.
The next Farrell's 10-week challenge begins on October 7th, and ticket listeners get $150 off enrollment. Just head to theticketfm.com. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Stricken Austin back with you here. An extended version of On the Block is Jay Foreman about to call in here, I believe. DP should be in here at any second, I believe. But again, we're getting ready for the grand opening of 93.7 The Ticket's new downtown studio. Tips off at 6, kicks off at 6, balls up in the air at 6. Make sure you get here. Say hi, swing by, meet everyone, get some good food from Mary Ellen's, Raising Cane's, The Mill, and all those great sponsors. All right, Strick. So $49.79 over on the wrong side of the Missouri River said, I agree. So basically you're saying Nebraska has no future NFL talent on their team. What we're saying is Nebraska has had NFL talent on its team recently, but not the type of NFL talent that is A, manifested itself in college, not seeing enough production from those guys, or B, not high enough level NFL talent. O'Shawn Mathis, Trey Palmer, Garrett Nelson, Samori Toure, Ben Stilley, the Davis twins,
Cam Taylor-Britt,
and Cam Jurgens are the exception.
Yeah.
Right. Aside from the two Cams, pretty much all of Nebraska's draft picks have been day 3, either late day 2 into day 3. And it's good that they're NFL guys, credit to them, but I don't think we saw that level of production from those guys at Nebraska. To your point, O'Shawn Mathis, I think, is that key example. Given what the rumors are, he was given an NIL. Maybe it was a scheme fit. Nebraska told him one thing and used him a different way. I don't know. But even if there is NFL talent, NFL caliber of players on Nebraska's roster right now, they're not slam dunk day 1, even day 2 picks. They're fringe NFL draft picks. When you compare that to Michigan, Ohio State, Oregon, Washington, USC, that's a stark difference.
Yeah, like you knew Aiden Hutchinson was him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you knew. I mean, you can just go back and if you just want to just look on the Husker rosters, back in the day, I mean, you knew Lawrence Taylor was him. Not Lawrence Taylor, but Lawrence Phillips.
Yeah.
You knew Amon Green was him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You knew that Mike Minter, and you knew that some of those guys and you knew Trev, you knew
Grant Wistrom,
you knew
Mike Brown,
Mike Minter, I mean, not Minter, but Rucker. You knew them guys.
ROJ Foreman.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the part that I'm talking about. When you're talking about the manifestation of it, we haven't seen that part yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's still the jury's still out on that. So if that's not the case, Augie throws out Cam. I see some upside with Cam Linhart.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I see some upside with him. Unfortunately, the injury doesn't give me a large enough sample size to feel, good about saying that for sure. But I see some definite upside with that.
But let's think through who we thought Nebraska's best players were going to be coming into the year. Quentin Newsome has been solid. That's a day 3 NFL guy. There's not enough production in terms of passes deflected or, most importantly, interceptions. There's not enough there. The two linebackers, that duo between Henrich and Reimer, injured, both of them at different points this year and in the past. Good college production, but they haven't taken over and changed games at NFL level. Cam Lenhart, freshman. Ty Robinson, highly touted. Alabama was in on him out of Arizona. Hasn't ever flashed to the level of his recruiting pedigree. On offense, you look at Turner Corcoran, hasn't lived up to it. Bryce Benhart, Matt Rule says is an NFL offensive tackle. Haven't seen that yet. Ben Scott's been just okay. Anthony Grant was running back 3 to start the year. Wide receivers, not a lot there. Thomas Fidone coming off of 2 injuries. We're not saying these guys can't make the NFL, but they're not year 1, year 2 difference makers. They're fringe NFL guys at best. And you need legitimate NFL dudes to compete.
There it is. I mean, what else is there to say? That's exactly right. Like everybody in here, when you showed up to a Nebraska game and you looked on the film or you looked on the screen and you saw Ndamukong Suh, you knew what it was. Like you knew that he was a difference maker.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's and by himself, he dang near could control a game.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
Yes.
He almost won dang near himself with the pressure he was putting on McCoy and making him and throwing him around like a rag doll.
Mm-hmm.
He almost changed that game by himself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of thing. Like, yeah, those are, once in a life. But I'm saying there's nothing right now that I see that just says, when I look at the film, like, yes, sir, let's go. Last year, you knew Trey Palmer even had.
Oh yeah, Trey. Yeah,
you knew he had some difference. Like, oh, if you let him get side by side with them hips not opening, he's Bayou Classic to the end zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you knew that without a doubt. Now you knew he may drop some passes. You knew that his route running sometimes, needed work. But for the most part, speed kills. You knew that he could blow the top off of you, and that's something you could actually say. I just don't see or believe that I can say that right now with anybody on the roster.
I'm with you. Let's throw it to break here on Old School. DP and Jay supposed to be here, but it's Strick and Austin hanging out with you. You guys are active on the text line. 4979 does say he is on the correct side of the river. It's just an old cell phone number. So welcome to the good life. We are glad you are in either the 402 or the 308. Regardless, you're on the right side of the river. He's Strick. I'm Austin. This is Old School, brought to you by Certified Piedmontese, the Mercado. Every type of meat, every type of cut. Hour 2 Old School comes your way in just a minute.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is this you? You feel the same way every day, and it's not good. You may think there's a magic pill that can fix you. There isn't. Limitless Male has found that the majority of men who admit they feel bad are suffering with low testosterone, which can cause these symptoms: low energy, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, low libido. Sound familiar? Get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. Your first consult is free. Insurance accepted.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
An entire week of celebrating Lincoln's craft brewers is just around the corner. October 2nd through the 8th is Lincoln Craft Beer Week. Head to lincoln.org/beer-week for a complete schedule of events at your favorite local establishments. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly. Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way. Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our big fall sales underway, and the new truck incentives are off the charts. Over $5,000 in discounts on select new Sierras and Silverados, and 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right. $5,000 off, 0.9% interest rates on select new trucks here at Koppel. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street and check out that great small-town vibe with big city deals. We look forward to seeing you, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, They deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through October 13th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Whether you're new to a gym or a fitness pro, the Judgment-Free Zone is the place for you. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends October 13th. See Home Club for details.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive certified Piedmontese beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Joined now by another Husker Hall of Famer, Jay Foreman, on the Allo VIP line on Old School, brought to you by the Mercado. Jay, what's up? What's good? How we doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys doing?
We're rolling. We're chilling. Just getting ready for this grand opening here in about an hour.
Hey, man, it's always a good time when you got a grand opening, man, and let people see what you've been doing, man. I think it's, like I said yesterday, it's a celebratory day, and, it's just one of those things that, it was a long time coming, and then everybody's going to be, definitely, joyful and obviously excited just because of the way it looks. It's very welcoming. You could do a variety of things there, and then obviously with some of the talent hanging around, I think it's nothing but a great idea.
It sure is. Jay, let's just jump right into this Nebraska football kind of topic. Strick and I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the week, and someone brought it up today. In terms of NFL talent on Nebraska's roster, right? Matt Rule has said they're NFL difference makers here. There's been a couple guys he said by name, but let's ask you, you've played in the NFL, you know what it takes to be an NFL player. As you look at Nebraska football's roster right now, are there any surefire NFL guys? Are there guys that have a chance to make it to the NFL? Is there anybody on this roster that can stand up to those three letters?
I think just off the top of my head, I think like Quentin Newsom, he's been, he'll be, I think he's a tough kid. He can play special teams, he's a willing tackler, gotten better, has been very consistent the last 3 years. I'll assume he'll run good. He's got good size. I think him, I really think with the, a lot of it depends on, how they test out. But I think when you're thinking about just off of how they've played this year so far, Deshaun Singleton and Omar Brown for sure have done, definitely helped themselves out. And then obviously, when you look at Ty Robinson, he looks like an NFL defensive lineman. And he's a big, strong kid. He's fast and all that stuff. You just need him to, to kind of be more consistent. So there, and then on the offensive side of the ball, everybody's so young. So it's really, I think Anthony Grant will get a shot because, he can carry the pill. That's one thing he can do, and he's a physical guy. And as long as he does good the last 7 games or so, hanging on to the rock, and if they can make a bowl game, I think his profile will go up higher. But, I think to make it to the NFL, as much as it's physical, it's a lot mental. So, a lot of these, a lot of things that will get you there is your mentality, but then also the supply and demand. You know, if there's a lot of linebackers in my case out, then you might slip through the cracks. But if there's not, then you shoot up those draft boards. So it's a lot of it has to do with timing as well. But you make your timing a little bit more impeccable by good play.
Another guy that the text line thrown out there that Strick and I agreed with is Cam Lenhart, who's been on the shelf for a couple weeks now with injury. Coming out of IMG Academy, I think it's great that Nebraska was able to get him back into the fold, even though he's still listed as a co-starter with Blaze Gunnerson. To me, Jay, that position is Cam Lenhart's to own for the next 3 years, and he can be a guy that can really put himself on the map as soon as he gets back.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I didn't mention him just because of, look, he's only a true freshman.
Yeah.
But, as far as potential, potentially you could get there. He's got a long way to go to reach that spot, but he definitely has, I definitely has done everything he could do up to this point to continue to put himself in that position. He just needs to continue to improve, how he mature, and that's just what will happen with him naturally. But one of the things I think that separated it, Cam from a lot of incoming freshmen, which would potentially help him get into the next level, is his mindset, willingness to work, paying attention to the details, the small things, and being coachable. And then obviously, he's a great athlete. And then, I think he's a step ahead of a lot of kids because he came from IMG where it's,
right.
Serious football. You're getting coached by high-level coaches. The expectations are you meet almost college-level expectations because they're playing for national championship type of, hardware in the high school realm. And so I think his transition has been pretty smooth. And so if he continues on this path and steps his game up each year, then, yeah, they'll definitely have a shot to doing so. But, I didn't mention him just because he's a true freshman.
Right, couple years away yet. And I think something else important to point out with him on top of IMG is something that we see with basketball sometimes, but especially with Nebraska volleyball this year, is they got their freshmen in early, right? Cam Lenhart came to campus, a freshman plus. That's what his teammates were saying. Yeah. Just because of how mature he was, he, despite not being here, kind of understood the grind and what went into it. But just how helpful is, a place like IMG or even, coming in to be part of the team by graduating high school in December and getting spring ball with the team?
Oh, man, I think it helps you just tremendously. Just getting around your teammates, they know you. If there's other true freshmen coming in early, you guys can form that bond. You can actually, help the guys that arrive a little bit later transition a lot faster. So I think it's nothing but positive, and it puts you, in the right, position to make an impact. But it's not even about playing essentially as a true freshman. It's about getting a head start on, the sport that you love. And that's, getting used to the weight program, getting used to campus, getting used to, going to meetings, if you go through spring ball and all that type of stuff, you're getting your hands on the playbook and in the coaches' offices to meet with the coaches and learn the playbook a little bit faster. So even if you redshirt, you're way ahead of everybody else. So, I think it's nothing but an advantage if you're able to do so. And if you come here with the right mindset and take advantage of it, like Cam Lenhart, he just played so well, you couldn't force him to redshirt. He moved into the starting lineup very quickly. But then you think about Prince. Then you think about even the guys that haven't played yet, where you think of like Gatula and Sledge across the offensive line. They don't look out of place. You think of Jalen Lloyd, really is exceeded expectations and caught people by surprise. Not me, but just everybody else. He's obviously he has world-class track speed, but he's a really good football player. And then you think about you're getting Doss back. I think he had like a broken hand or something.
Wrist
like
injury,
that.
yeah.
Or wrist, right? So now he was probably the most polished coming out of high school. Now he's getting a chance to do his thing. And all these guys were early enrollees or around the program for quite some time. So I think it's nothing but a positive thing. And Van Poppel, and then you know where he's out there and doesn't look out of place. Maverick Noonan might have done some stuff just based on what we saw a little bit in spring. So a lot of those guys that came in early proved to be well, but then also I think that really before even that, you recruited the right guys, right? Now, granted, the situation is a little bit different because you have a new coaching staff and a whole bunch of new opportunities. But regardless of, Cam Lenhart played or not this year, if he was at, like, say, another school, he had already set himself up along with all the other guys I mentioned before for success because of the way they came in and adapted to Nebraska system, the way they do things, and all that stuff.
This is Old School, brought to you by the Mercado Certified Piedmontese. Every type of meat, every type of cut. Husker Hall of Famer Jay Foreman on the horn. DP in studio. What's up, DP?
Oh, it's a big day. It's a big day, and there's big things going on, and we're just trying to get our paces. Lots going on. There's big inflatables going up outside.
Big old dog.
Liquor licenses in the building. I got my granita. To get me through the portion of the day, and then there's even some NFL football tonight that I might have to pay a little attention to. We've got some dudes in here tonight. Amon's here. Clester will be here. Strick will be here. Rashawn was just in the building with Toby Wright. DeMornay will be in the building. Rocky Russo from the Stars will be here at 9. I know Bach's going to be in the building later. It's going to be a full night, and looking forward to the folks. The Mill they're dressing the place up, and I have to be honest, I'm getting a little emotional. It's a ribbon cutting. Like it's a big deal to open a room officially, and yeah, I'm kind of pumped. So yeah.
As you should be. Again, that'll kick off here in about 45 minutes or so, 1040 O Street, northwest corner of 11th and O. Those are the doors. If you've seen the station, come by, check it out in even more glory than it's been before. If you haven't seen it, yeah.
Come get some food. Mary Ellen's will be here. Raising Cane's will be here through all that. And this is going to go. Like, we're going to be, like, somebody will be on air until 11. And people will come and go as they see fit. A lot of texts, hey, I've got this until 7. I got this until 8. Whatever you got to do, whenever you want to come through, like we want to be here hanging out for you, just to press palms, give you a back pat, and put some food in your belly. So
once again, DP here in studio, Jay Foreman on our Allo VIP line, where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. Jay, I was asking you about the potential for NFL draft talent on this Nebraska roster. We'll loop DP into this conversation as well. It's one thing to have NFL draft talent like Nebraska's had, where it's guys that are day 3 picks, maybe a day 2. Right. And, you have your Cam Jurgens and your Cam Taylor Britts getting picked in the second round. But the majority of Nebraska's talent has been in the back half of the NFL draft, which is still NFL draft. You can still carve out a nice career. But you look at, not just the big boys, your Ohio States, Michigans, USCs, getting guys out in first, second, third rounds. But even, Iowa with a Jack Campbell, or Wisconsin's linemen, even those programs have, a day 1 or an early day 2 pick pretty much every year. And Nebraska's got to get to that point again, plain and simple.
Yeah, I mean, it's, part of getting drafted high is being on a good team. Maybe, you're going to get a lot more respect, when you're coming from a winning program, but then also being a part of a winning program means that you're playing well, and so is your teammates. And so they go hand in hand. You got to develop the guys, and everybody thinks that draft picks are made from, being 4 or 5 stars. Really football is made. The nuts and bolts of it are guys that are middle round guys. And so if you equate it to recruiting, it's your 2, 3, 4 star guys. And so that's what the league's built on. And so, look, if there's ever an opportunity to grow yourself, both from a brand standpoint, on the field standpoint, et cetera, Nebraska's it. And so what Nebraska has to do is create an environment where there's good peer pressure and constant competition, where you got to, bring it every day. And then you got to bring it even more, on Saturdays, or in this case, Fridays, against good competition. And so, I think what set Nebraska apart, like when myself played and Amon and all those guys, is that they knew what they were getting in from a Nebraska player. You're an extremely smart player, physical player, guy that knew how to compete and raise his level of play, regardless of who they're playing against, and raise it up even higher if they're playing against the best competition. So we got to get back to that, to where, we're rinse and repeat. We know what you're getting from a Nebraska tight end, lineman, running back, so forth and so on. I know the game has changed, and obviously we're not running option and beer that much, or at least to the magnitude that we were before. but we got to get back to the point that where we're able to, identify talent, develop talent, and get guys to exceed expectations, both their own and obviously holistically. And then you start to see more guys get drafted. You start to see more guys being on all conference lists. And then you'll get back to seeing Nebraska winning, more football games. I think you got to find guys that really love football. If you really love football, you don't mind the work. You're willing to work for it, and you can have a lot of fun at the same time.
You guys are both around NFL people. You have your NFL connections. What does the league think of Nebraska players, right? We think about Nebraska's brand in terms of college football, what we want it to be. But what is the Nebraska brand to NFL decision makers? Is there one?
Oh, I don't know what they are right now, just because, Nebraska hasn't had a lot of players drafted. I think what they've done is get guys in, and I think they surprised a lot of NFL guys, because you got like an Austin Allen where he's, 6'8" and can catch, and a pretty good athlete. I think Nebraska's been down in the win-loss column so much that they kind of been overlooked, and one of the biggest things I remember having dinner with Charles Davis, who calls NFL games, and he does a lot of stuff with the Senior Bowl. He was like, man, what happened to the Nebraska offensive line? And it's been something that he's been seeing over time. So, look, Coach Rule, when he came in, said he wants to build the lines. That's the quickest way to build a team. I mean, when you think of Iowa, right? What have they done? Ohio State, Wisconsin, Michigan, all the teams that we were chasing, right, and looking up at right now, they all have one thing in common. They're generally pretty good on the offensive line, or really good on the offensive line in Michigan's case and Iowa's case, and then they consistently put guys at the next level from those lines, and everything goes off of that. Your running backs look a lot better. Your quarterbacks look a lot better. My linebackers look a lot better with defensive linemen, and so forth and so on.
Yeah, I think in the conversations that I get into with NFL guys, there are a couple of things that happen when you talk about teams at the top of a division or conference, is that there's consistency in coaching and scheme and system. Nebraska, you think about it if you're a quarterback in Nebraska, you've been here for 3 years, you've played under 4 different people in leadership, 4 different systems, 4 different concept ideas of what you want done. The basic stuff still remains. Can you make the 15 throws? But ultimately, everything else still needs a working art. Same for the offensive line. This is the third coach in that space. Different tight end groups, 3 different running back coaches, different priorities, different secondary coaches. So while it means you're coachable, and they don't have the consistent tape on you doing the things that they are trying to identify in order to move you up on the list of trust. And drafting is trust.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, when you had so much turnover, but then also it's hard when, the way that you've kind of done things on both sides of the ball doesn't equate to the NFL game, right? And so one of the things that makes colleges appealing, right, as far as like where guys want to go is, is it like a NFL type of offense, right? And that's why you'll see guys go some places, because they'll be around that type of experience. And so when they have to make that transition, it's really not as big of an uphill battle, versus where it could be something totally different, right? From a quarterback standpoint, it's hard to go get a quarterback to play at a school if you don't run pro routes, pro concepts, pro coaches, pro mentors. The whole experience is what you have to do. If you can build a program by trying to run a pro type of system, but the pro system doesn't start and stop with the offense and defensive system. It's what you put around them. It's who they have access to. It's who they're able to talk to, who they're able to see, and all that stuff. And so you have to really look at it from a top-down view, or a unbiased view on how to, get more NFL guys. Because guys are going to be NFL ready when they're around NFL guys. When you learn, when you know what it takes, when you know what they're looking for, when you possibly learn or find out what they're possibly thinking about you before you're in the draft pool, right? So if you could find out an unbiased opinion on you, or what you need to get better at, the season before you go into your draftable season, how much easier is it for you to train, to get better, to work on those weaknesses without even, putting yourself before the team. So there's a lot of things that can happen and can, be an advantageous position. And a lot of it doesn't necessarily have to do with, I guess, quote unquote, X's and O's. It just has to deal with the environment and the situation that you're in to prove and be the best situation for kids to come to your school, stay at your school in this case, which is just as important, but then also bring other kids to your school and develop as well.
Yeah, I think that the cosign is a wonderful thing. It doesn't exist in the space, especially in a space where people are competing for attention and crabs out of the barrel. At Michigan, as you said, all boats on the water. That's not the case at Nebraska. Too many people are fighting for their own survival in the very vacuum that we're talking about in order to build up and go. Iowa tight ends rally together. Miami linebackers rally together. Florida State defensive backs rally together. Ohio State cornerbacks, look, DBs, they talk about it. Nebraska doesn't have that. The pipeline doesn't exist anymore. So, and running back doesn't exist anymore. Nebraska doesn't have an identity that people can latch onto and say, I want that as a part of my organization. Every draft is a financial and resource commitment. Are you willing to invest in Ohio State over Nebraska? Probably. Then that's the question Nebraska has to ask itself. How does it want to be identified?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, it's brand identity, it's player identity, and it's just who you want to be, long term. It's easier to go look and find guys when you know what you want and what you're trying to be. And then then you got to take it, act on it, and continue to build on it. So you can't just be satisfied with, a good season, a good draft class. You got to have draft classes. That's how you continue to build. That's why you're reloading, or when you get to reloading and not rebuilding, that's how you're able to handle any adversity. And that could be as small or big as, a defensive coordinator taking another job, or, you're losing 2 offensive coaches, or you're going from, wide receiver coach to offensive coordinator or co-offensive coordinator. So, everything goes into building a structure to where your players are indestructible and reliable. And then that's the same thing with your program as far as football goes as well.
That's Jay Foreman on our Aloe Fiber VIP line. DP in studio. I'm Austin. This is Old School, brought to you by the Mercado. We'll have more of the show in just a sec.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and Jay on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Discovery Days will give you the opportunity to experience SCC firsthand this fall. Discovery Days provide information about SCC's programs of study, how to pay for college, SCC support services, housing, activities, and more. A campus tour and lunch are provided. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
What would you tell a friend who was on the fence about going to Limitless Mail?
I would tell them to go to Limitless today. Don't hesitate. You're going to second guess yourself on if it's the right decision. The staff there is amazing. The treatments work. I'm living proof that it can completely change your life for the better.
Join thousands of men who have changed their lives with testosterone treatment. Slow down the aging process and live life. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmail.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
93.7 The Ticket has moved downtown, and you're invited to join us for New Beginnings. Join us for our grand opening on Thursday, October 5th at 6 p.m. to celebrate our new space with ribbon cuttings and more. Raising Cane's will be on site to provide entertainment and prizes as we bring downtown Lincoln the newest hangout spot for its favorite radio station. It's 93.7 The Ticket's grand opening at the new 11th and O location, sponsored by Raising Cane's. Tune in throughout the week for more information on times.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our big fall sales underway, and the new truck incentives are off the charts. Over $5,000 in discounts on select new Sierras and Silverados, and 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right. $5,000 off, 0.9% interest rates on select new trucks here at Koppel. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street and check out that great small-town vibe with big city deals. We look forward to seeing you, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements. At Ironhide Construction, it's own it, be honest, and do it right. Apply today and learn more about their other benefits at ironhideconstruction.com, where they're committed to you every step of the way.
Looking for a convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through October 13th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. We've got over 2,400 locations with most open 24 hours. Join now to enjoy free fitness training and equipment for every workout. Whether you're new to a gym or a fitness pro, the Judgment-Free Zone is the place for you. Join Planet Fitness today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment. Cancel anytime. Deal ends October 13th. See Home Club for details.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Surprise, like Dexter. You ever seen Dexter?
Yeah.
When the dude says surprise. He says, but he had a little something else after it. We are back. It's 5:30.
I miss Dexter.
Yeah, the one, the final wasn't that good because
Right.
they took too long in between the one season that you thought was over and then they found him and stuff. But it was a classic show. I liked it.
They tried to make me interested in his son, and I was not interested.
Yeah. I think they lost the momentum, I guess you could say, and then they tried their hardest to get back. I'm a big believer they should have rolled with that for about another 2 or 3 seasons because it was getting good. So fall day, man, a little breezy today, and we got a good celebration about to jump off here in about 25 minutes, it seems like. 11th and O Street, ribbon cutting about 6 o'clock or at 6 or around 6. Plenty of stuff going on. You got Raising Cane's Charles is coming over, and the Mill's doing some stuff. You got Beatrice Bakery, and then plenty. And then you got some, Huskers are probably in Champel, like my man Bobby Collins used to call Champagne. Either they're in Champel, Illinois.
They did land. We did
They
get the
did
tweet.
land.
They've
Good.
landed.
Good for them. And the stadium is ready to get rocked tomorrow by Huskers. And so,
Y'all see Illinois Stadium caught on fire?
yeah.
Caught on fire, bro.
Yeah. That lets you know we're here to burn. We're going to come there and burn the whole place down.
Between them and the Bears.
It's
Yeah.
like, where was Matt Rule Tuesday night?
Yeah. Or where was Matt Rule's buddy Tuesday night? Yeah. Yeah. That's what they, but it's a good opportunity, man. I think it's, it's a good chance to get back right. It's a good chance to, go prove yourself. It's a good chance for Matt Rule to beat a Big Ten opponent. And you'll get to see a lot. And then you get to go to, you get the fortunate situation to go right into a bye week. So if you can win, self-scout, adjust, add, subtract, all that stuff, get a little healthier, rest. The biggest thing is going to be, can and will they stay focused? Because, everybody talks about these next 4 games because they're perceived to be, all winnable and like the easier games. But I think the reality is if you just take it game by game, all 7 games are winnable. We got to get past the mindset of schedule watching and it's all, we're going to win. We're going to go to a New Year's Day bowl because we got an easy schedule. Well, do you want to go to a New Year's Day bowl potentially and go to from an easy schedule and get embarrassed? You will be ready to go when you are ready to beat whoever's on your schedule. It will not matter. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say, well, if the schedule comes out, you play Wisconsin, Ohio State, Michigan back to back to back, that you won't be fatigued and that will affect the outcome of the games. But in the reality is, don't sit up there and say, well, Nebraska should have a good year because they have an easy schedule. The Big Ten has shown you this is the most and everybody talks about the SEC. Yes, they're top heavy and they've had the most national championships. But if you're talking about the closest thing to professional football, it's the Big Ten. The style of play, the size of players, the speed, the depth of players that go there. You'll get the special athletes down there, but we're talking about.
You really believe that?
Yeah, style of play. You don't miss. First of all, Mississippi State, that's not in the NFL. Mississippi is not. Vanderbilt, I'm talking about style of play, offense, defense, how they do stuff is not in the NFL. Bama, Georgia, a little bit.
Drafting players in the league.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about style of play, offensive schemes, defensive schemes. That's not what the SEC is doing. Is not replicated much in the NFL. That's why you see Alabama's offensive linemen struggle. What they're doing is playing football that's best for their talent level. When you're talking about nobody up there runs a Green Bay offense. Nobody runs kind of like a more NFL ready offense. So if you're looking about where you can go and make your name for it, get NFL ready, is the Big Ten. And the Pac-12 this year has the most depth of teams right now. Legit right now, week 5, week 6, potential Heisman winners and all that. Now they're going to eat each other to death now, right? And that's the byproduct of when the SEC was really rolling. When you had 8, 9, 10 teams ranked, they're all going to eat each other. You're not going to be able to have 8 one-loss teams, 2 or 3 undefeated. So you're going to see some teams fall off to the wayside. It'll be interesting to see if there's one team out of the West that could be potentially the little brother to the Power 3 or to the Big 3 right now.
The question then becomes, why not Nebraska? A lot of people would point to Wisconsin and the fickle hire. Some people would say Iowa's been up there before. I mean, they had the undefeated season. They have a 10-win season too. But the question is, why not Nebraska? Why can't Nebraska jump into that conversation again?
Because they haven't shown the consistency to play 2-3 games in a row and beat consistent opponents. You can say Iowa over past history. Iowa lost a quarterback. Their season's done. And to be honest with you, Iowa's defense is in theory good with the points. In reality, they haven't been hitting the quarterback and sacking the quarterback at the rate. So then, therefore, you don't have the defensive touchdowns, even though last week they had a punt return for Cooper DeJean and an interception at the end in the end zone to pretty much ice the game. So then that moves to Wisconsin. They probably look the best going into their bye week. But Malusi's out. The quarterback has been okay. Defense is adjusting to Luke Fickell's system. So if this bye week was very productive, yeah, they could. Minnesota, even though they'll continue to churn out wins, their defense was thought to be the bell cow. Their defense hasn't performed because their offense isn't performing like Minnesota. Now, I think, and I said this before the game when we played Minnesota, the co-offensive coordinator, in theory, works when you're playing in front of, well, Minnesota in their spring game literally just had like 400 people. They just had like friends and family come watch us practice. So that works then, and it works when you're in the meeting room. But when you haven't done it together, and especially the guy that's the second coordinator now is the one that called the bowl game against Tony White, Syracuse. So now he had been preparing. So when you go to a bowl game, that's give or take a week or two, a month of practices. So that's a month that you've installed your personality, play calling style, players, and then flip the new year. Oops. This dude's you guys are co-offensive coordinators. This dude's never called plays. Now, you know what? He's going to call plays. That's why you see it not as being as cohesive. They have a really good freshman running back to where PJ Fleck has said, listen, we got to get our NIL money up because this dude is a dude. He thinks, quiet as kept, if you talk to PJ Fleck, that this dude is better than Mo Ibrahim that was there. Potentially. NFL talking about, right? I'm talking, and he's talking about, you have to think how he's saying it. If he continues to improve, he's faster. He's not as gifted as a runner yet, but he's projecting that he's going to get better. That's what he's saying.
If he's actually better than Mo Ibrahim was, he won't have as many carries in college, so the NFL will see fresher legs.
Right. And they won't have a COVID year and all this other stuff. And if he doesn't have, he had Achilles injuries and an ACL. So or Mo did. And then, you got a quarterback that's making a transition. I think sometimes when you have a quarterback that plays well in relief duty, it's kind of like taking a relief pitcher, a mid-relief pitcher. Like, yeah, you can be a starter. Well, they got film on your changeup and your curveball and your slider. And all you're doing is looking over your left and right shoulder, them home runs going. And everybody's saying, well, what happened? Well, you went 6-0 down the stretch. Well, everybody was tired and they were playing, Jay Foreman. There's a guy called up from AA, just wanted to see me, give me some at-bats. They're dealing with that right now. And so all eyes move up to Madison. But I still don't think, and even Luke Fickell said it, they're still trying to find their identity. That means you got some guys probably doing the old stuff or talking about the old stuff versus doing the new stuff. That's where they can be had, but Nebraska's got to get out of their own way before they even try to get in the conversation. And it starts tomorrow night at 7.
I want to land on the opportunity. Like, I just want to focus on the opportunity that we spend so much time evaluating long game with Nebraska that we miss the game by game opportunity. And I think that's a thing. Like, if you're Matt Rule and he says go 1-0, get 1% better, it's Illinois on the road on a Friday night. And whether you're shorthanded players, whether you have the quarterback out there that you prefer, running backs are down, it's still football. It's still football. And I just want Nebraska to just be basically good. Like,
right.
just be basic. Like, I don't need you to be cute. I don't need you to be fancy. I need you to be good. Like, just be basic and good, and I'll be satisfied with the result. If the other stuff happens, like I get a pen, and every time I hear the word false start, holding penalty, sack, fumble,
offsides has been a thing
like
this year.
It's been a thing, and I just remove that stuff. Like, just give me my steak and my potatoes. I don't need garnish. I don't need butter and gravy. Leave me alone. I just need basic and good. That's what I'm hoping for tomorrow night.
Yeah, I think it's just like it's no different whether Nebraska's playing home or away. I think whether you're taking the time and energy to go to the stadium, you're hoping for a glimpse of something that's reputable football on a consistent basis, right? We've seen it in spurts, right? That's what changed the expectations from the first game. That's why people are so mad about the Colorado games. People are so mad about the way that they played against Michigan because you played a certain way for 4 weeks, essentially hard and all this other. Well, you didn't last week. And so that's what you're hoping for even when you turn on the TV tomorrow. And so that's what the expectation should be. The hard thing is that, there's an old thing is like, do you coerce it out of them? Right? That means you're talking to them and keep telling them you can do it, this, and this. Or not realistically, or do you like beat it out of them? Right? And that's not what you're literally going to do. But do you physically put them in a position where they have to do it or you're out? And you probably, ideally, you'd rather do it the first way, because if they do it the first way, that means that it actually clicks internally.
Mm-hmm.
You don't ever want to force somebody to be somebody that they're not. That's why leadership has to be so authentic and intrinsic, because if it's not, then you're going to get a bunch of individual players faking like leaders, and then you're going to be way back to where you were even before this staff even got here. That's why you don't have a foundation. You don't have guys that were down for the cause. They were down for themselves. So everybody's replicating what they've seen before. The reason why Nebraska was so good from, let's just say from 92 to 2001, they all replicated what they had in their room before. They all had a standard to uphold for guys that they didn't even know. It was like, living up to ghosts and stuff. So they can get there. They just got to want to get there themselves.
There's so much, Jay, in the gold that is, right? Hopefully we recognize what they did wrong in previous years, not repeat it,
right,
but also to identify what they did wrong. Like, I'm still not sure the Husker fan base knows why they were not successful over the past 4 years. It's easy to finger point and blame whether it's coach or whatever it is, but we still don't know.
Yeah.
And that's disappointing.
They should know, but maybe this last deal or it's a little unique because you had the COVID shutdown. And I keep saying people don't understand there's a big factor. Nebraska was not equipped to handle COVID as a football program, meaning you didn't have enough winning tradition or culture, whatever the catchphrase was, to know that when Austin, Jay, and DP go to wherever we're from, we're showing up there with the right mindset, and we know what it takes to win. You get what I mean? You had so many guys that didn't know what it takes to win, so you're just showing up, and that you're starting 2 steps behind in Ohio State, in Michigan, Iowa, even at Michigan State before D'Antonio left or whatever, Minnesota. You're way behind that because those guys know what it took. They already paid the price. They already sacrificed. They already did everything they needed to do in order to be successful in the Big Ten level. Still, we're trying to figure it out. Heck, you had a chance to play an extra game or a bowl game, and you had the whole offense or whatever, and some of your most prominent players saying they didn't want to play. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. That
right.
happened.
I mean, yeah. I mean, so at the end of the day, so when you're up there thinking about this, like you were just on lockdown for, I don't know how long we were.
You didn't really have spring ball.
Didn't have spring ball. You didn't have a spring ball.
No.
You had
supposed to work out on your own over the summer.
And you had like a easy summer camp. And you play like 6 games and you're like, you want to keep playing? Nah, I'm good. What? Like right there, like, now, like obviously health comes first. But when you choose not to play, like you ain't been playing. You know what I'm
still
saying?
only played half a season.
That's literally why you came to college, was to play.
Right. You came to college. So you just want to chill? You just want to you got some games to play?
They told you who they were.
You know what I mean? Right?
They told you who they were.
But the defense wanted to play and the offense is like, no, I'm good. Okay. And then you want to come to next. So you're not practicing for that long. You're not training for that long. Your mind's not in it. And then all that, whoever played or got to play was 6 months ahead of you after you've been on lockdown for 6 months.
And who's okay with this? Who was okay with
them? Dudes on offense was okay.
What coaches allowed this to happen?
But you can't force them to play. That's why. Well, first of all, If I was coach, I was like, y'all playing. If you don't want to play, somebody else is playing.
Like we get on the bus, who wants to
Yeah,
play football?
y'all-
Minnesota came to Lincoln with like 50 available players.
I would have
and
been
beat
like,
Nebraska.
yeah,
Can't go to
you
a
know
bowl
what?
game.
If you don't want to play, that's cool. But here's what we're going about to do. I'm about to give me some guys to play.
Right.
That's what I would have
squad
probably.
dudes just sit out there like, yeah, let's
Yeah,
roll.
that's what I probably would have done. So yeah, they allowed it. But
They
ultimately,
played offense in high school. Throw them out there.
But ultimately, when you got guys that don't want to play, bro, it's hard for me to look at you next year because because you were well taken care of down there as far as any type of like health initiatives and stuff. So who knows? Anyways, old school. What time is it, Austin?
5:47.
10 till.
All right, 10 till. We're gonna take a quick break, then we're gonna sign off before we start this festivities.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric brings exciting career opportunities for you or someone you know. They are now hiring plumbers, electricians, and HVAC techs and installers to continually build their professional team. They offer competitive pay and full benefits packages that include health, dental, vision, PTO, and 401k options. Action has created a positive team environment for over 50 years. Apply online at actionlincoln.com.
If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Hey, it's Sean Callahan, and football season is here, and there is one place that has all the games, plus great food and beer specials. Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill. Whether it's Thursday night football, college football Saturdays, NFL Sundays, or Monday night football, there's a great view of the game from any seat with different food and drink specials every night. Try the Blue Ribbon Reuben Sandwich or the Prime Rib French Dip or any of their famous chicken wings. That's Tanner's Bar and Grill at 30th and Yankee Hill.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Discovery Days will give you the opportunity to experience SCC firsthand this fall. Discovery Days provide information about SCC's programs of study, how to pay for college, SCC support services, housing, activities, and more. A campus tour and lunch are provided. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Something spooktacular is happening at Bonsall Pool and Spa. From now until October 14th, visit the Bonsall Spooktacular sale to take advantage of this great cash and carry offer. $400 off all in-stock free-flow spas. Also, customers can take 10% off spa chemical and spa cover orders. Stop by today at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to take home your free flow spa today. Bonsall Pool and Spa, also online at bonsallpool.com.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one.
I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today. Drink locally and support local businesses during Lincoln's Craft Beer Week, October 2nd through the 8th. Great beer, cider, distillates, and more are made right here in Lincoln. For more info, visit lincoln.org/beer-week. Brought to you by Visit Lincoln. Remember to enjoy responsibly. You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back, short segment. DP, Austin J. Foreman, old school. We are minutes away from the ribbon cutting, about 6 minutes to be exact, or 7, or however many minutes. It's getting active out there, and it's a celebratory moment, man. It's something that people said that couldn't be done. It was done. Everybody pitched in, but you got to have vision, with DP and Rebecca. So it's a good day. It's a great day, not a good day. Good day wouldn't be giving us credit. It's a great day, phenomenal day, not only for everybody at the ticket and people that support the ticket, sponsors, and everybody that come down. It's great for the city of Lincoln. There's been a lot of positive reviews, or whatever you want. Is people were like, man, even coming up to me like, man, I heard the ticket moved. I got to come down there, or I was at the mill, man. That's pretty sweet. So I think it's a good day, and it shows what Lincoln can do, and obviously with the game tomorrow, but with this today, it's all about the ticket and what we've done. So from one DMVer to the next, DP, extremely proud of you, happy for you, and everything that is gone. I know it's a team thing you've been leading, but without your vision, along with Rebecca and everything, Mark and everybody, and done the right way, and it's very short time too. Where you think of. I remember, man, DP popping up on social media and asking one of my boys, I said, man, who the hell is this dude? You know what I mean? Like every day talking about going on a walk. I was like, how is he even on my Twitter? Like, who the hell is he? Then I started listening, then one thing led to another, just like everybody else, man. So dude with vision, it has to do it, man. So congrats will be in place here in very shortly.
Lincoln, I'm thankful. I'm grateful. This is just another day on the step on the way forward and up, everything forward and up. That's what we're doing. We're just trying to be a place you can come, have a cup of coffee, talk Huskers, talk sports, talk life, talk Lincoln. That's literally what it is. And it's starting. Charles Phillips is here from Mary Ellen's. Raising Cane's is here. Beatrice Bakery is here. They actually brought Grandma today. She's here to take some pictures as well. Lots of food. I'm looking forward to it. Got plenty of Huskers. I'm on Green's here. Strick's here. Cluster's here.
Strick got on his head, though.
Talk to your
You've
man.
been wearing that all day.
Talk to your man. Talk to your man.
That big old waterhead.
Hey, if you're in the car in
Look
Lincoln,
like a barbecue pit.
stop by 11th and O. Come on through, say hi, hit us with a fist bump, say what's up.
Every type
Get
of meat
something
and
to
every type of cut on top of that head.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we out of here, man. We'll see y'all.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
93.7 The Ticket has moved downtown, and you're invited to join us for New Beginnings. Join us for our grand opening on Thursday, October 5th at 6 p.m. to celebrate our new space with ribbon cuttings and more. Raising Cane's will be on site to provide entertainment and prizes as we bring downtown Lincoln the newest hangout spot for its favorite radio station. It's 93.7 The Ticket's grand opening at the new 11th and O location, sponsored by Raising Cane's. Tune in throughout the week for more information on times.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Something spooktacular is happening at Bonsall Pool and Spa. From now until October 14th, visit the Bonsall Spooktacular sale to take advantage of this great cash and carry offer. $400 off all in-stock free-flow spas. Also, customers can take 10% off spa chemical and spa cover orders. Stop by today at 3201 Pioneers Boulevard to take home your free flow spa today. Bonsall Pool and Spa, also online at bonsallpool.com. Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand the position and requirements.